Are we live?
You are live.
We're live, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Luke. How the devil are you?
Oh, I'm all right, mate. I'm loving this. This is amazing.
What,
I
this-
love how far you've come.
Imagine 2 years ago.
This kid fucking messaging me about Bootleg Mondays. And
Oh
now
my
you've got your
God.
own podcast.
Oh, getting straight into it. Oh my goodness.
go on,
Oh,
go
all right.
on.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Luke, aka LTP, aka the no one camera boy, aka the guy that does this. If you're watching the video version all the time.
Not
with his
anymore. I've matured out of that.
What do you
actually.
mean?
No. I've ditched the classic D&B style.
Is that what that's from?
That's what that's from. Yeah. So the energy of D&B is very much matched in the videography throughout.
Right.
Everyone is doing that. Just I can switch it on, but it's a bit. It's a lot.
You can
nowadays.
switch it on?
Yeah, I can switch it on because if you're doing that for like a Gary, I don't know, man. It's just I don't know. It's just a bit much.
All the
sometimes.
ones I've seen of yours. Okay.
Yeah. Back a few months, not even back in the day. Actually, a few months ago. So I'm not even gonna say like I'm long changed, but yeah.
So just to set the scene, Luke is a videographer and a DJ and producer. Maybe he hasn't produced in a while, but
long time.
but yeah, mainly sick videographer and like the sick edits of like club nights. Mainly working with people like I don't know, I guess like No One, people like that.
Yeah, scattered throughout all sorts of communities. Like,
I thought you said Scathead then. I was like, who's Scathead? I haven't heard of those guys.
Oh man, it sounds like someone who played at Bolter. To be honest, I love that.
Oh yeah, you
Scathead.
did you do Bolter as well?
Yeah, that
you
was.
did.
Oh, mate, that was unbelievable.
Oh my God.
That was one of my favourite festivals I've ever been to. I'm gonna say that. on
I
the record.
completely forgot you did Bolter. That's so
Unbelievable.
funny.
Yeah, I got onto that through Iller Instinct. Or,
Oh,
Jay,
yeah.
shout out
Yeah,
Iller
yeah,
Instinct,
big
and He runs Scared Money, the label, and they had a takeover at Bolter. And I went from saying like, no, I'll never go Bolter, not my scene at all, to being asked to do it. And I was like, yeah, go on then. And I went, and I asked loads of people as well if they want any filming done, just to make my money back,
sure.
you know. And
Did you have to buy a ticket or?
no.
Okay,
Jay got me, and
Hell yeah.
hell yeah. So yeah, and I literally had a few beers. I knew one person there, and I just wandered around.
What
for
a
the whole
strange
thing,
way to
loving
experience
it.
Bolter.
I'm not, mate. I'm not. It was pure. It was so pure.
Yeah.
Seeing everything as it was,
You're probably the only person to ever describe Bolter
I
as
would-
being pure.
mate. It's just no one's trying to be cool. You know what I mean?
Yes, no, exactly.
There's no. Yeah, everyone's wearing whatever they want. Everyone's just. You can tell everyone's themselves, and that might not be a good person, but that might be. But they're themselves, you know.
Exactly, it's the deepest, darkest reaches of human society. At
Some
Bolter.
people do go with one pair of pants and a tent, and for 4 days, and you can tell that they've come with one pair of pants and a tent. But yeah, man, it was a great time.
Unreal. So, as we always do, just kick off Chatting Breeze. That's the name of the podcast, by the way.
Brilliant. Okay.
Luke's brought an opening tune. Well, I say brought.
Yeah.
We
No,
got.
I
you know
messed
what?
up,
I'm not
mate.
gonna.
I
Actually, you know
messed
what? I am gonna out you.
I'll out myself. You won't. So. No,
I warned the guy before. Bring a tune to open. Bring a tune to close. This
no
is
you
what we
didn't.
do.
No, you did.
Yes, I did.
You said bring an opener. No. You didn't say bring an opener. You said choose an opener and a closer.
Look, if my phone wasn't on airplane mode
Oh,
right
mate,
now,
okay,
I would go and I would show you the message.
I'm not known as the best text reader, so I'll back you 100%. But regardless, I've come with my phone, which has Spotify.
You're on SoundCloud, bro.
Hey, I'm listing them off.
Sorry.
The
Sorry.
closer will be on
Sorry.
Spotify, I think.
Oh, is
but-
it? Oh, Spotify.
So
man.
run this right now.
Introduce it, man. Talk about the tune.
Introduce
Give
it now.
it a
So
little.
This is just a tune that I found on the old radio search on SoundCloud. You know. How,
Oh,
how a
little
lot of these
SoundCloud
things,
radio
little
vibe,
random
yeah,
video
come on.
search. It's called "Don't Care, Didn't Ask," and it's by a guy called OSSX,
Okay.
who I haven't heard much from since. But it's just a nice little breaksy track. That's just all the stuff I kind of like with the atmospheric breaksy stuff to open. And that's coming in if the data works.
This is OSSX. I can't remember the name, but.
Well, it's actually.
Don't get. Oh, the mic's already off. Hello, are we back? Yes, we're back.
Smooth.
I have to put my left ear on my right ear because my left ear doesn't come through for some reason. But that's my shitty headphones, not the sound tech. Don't worry, Tom. That's all
Spent
good.
about 3 hours unraveling them.
So let's start at the beginning, shall we? When I was first introduced to you, or when I first sort of found you, I suppose, was through.
Scouted me on the
Yes.
streets.
I scouted LTP back in, what was it? Must have been maybe March
2020.
March 2021 it was.
2021.
I was running early Belters days.
Belters, yeah.
I did a week, and it was called Big Ups Week. And it was Monday through Sunday, each day, recommending a new producer that I found on SoundCloud or whatever. And you were one of the days, it might have been Wednesday or whatever, with your Nicki Minaj flip that you
Nicki
made.
Garage.
Nicki
That was
Garage.
it. Yeah.
No, it's actually Nicki Garage, mate.
Flies off the
Sorry.
tongue. Can you get your facts right before you bring it on the podcast?
Yeah, so we met through that, innit? And
Yeah.
that was when you were more of a producer. Were you doing much of the sort of camera stuff then? or-
Yeah, I was, but it was very infrequent. I was doing 2 gigs a month max, and it wasn't for much money at all, and it wasn't for the music that I was liking. Really.
Is that where you got the drum and bass angles from?
Yeah, because the most business is in drum and bass. Absolutely.
It's
they just love
so big, isn't it?
They just love all that promo material. They love bigging up the camera and. Mate, they love it. The tension and all that. So
thumbs up from the sound tech.
thumbs up from the sound tech, man. Yeah, but then again, I like it because
middle finger from the sound tech.
Shit, man. Okay. Fair play, man. Fair play. I like everyone in the world of drum and bass. I've not had any bad experiences there, but
Where were you? Was that in Bristol then, or was that?
Nah, it wasn't Bristol. It was there was a label called Submerged that I was filming for a lot in Nottingham. And I met those. It's all through Cambridge connections because there was little collectives in a place called St Ives just outside Cambridge, and they had a.
Isn't that in Cornwall?
No, there's not. There's another one. There's a
two
smaller
St.
one. There's a smaller one.
Oh
yeah.
my god!
It was a killer on Google Maps, man. You'd be putting in St Ives, and you'd had a fucking 20-hour walk or something.
God, you heard it here first, everyone. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ!
But yeah, man.
You're a Cambridge boy, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a Cambridge boy. Yeah.
What's the Cambridge scene saying?
The Cambridge scene, yeah, that's some of the first gigs I ever filmed.
The Roots, mate. That's
It's the Roots. It was all bass line. There was a club called Bellare,
Uh-huh.
where they used to have Holy Goof, Chris Lorenzo, Boo, Cause and Effect, all these guys. And yeah, you can probably tell how those nights were very studenty.
Yeah. The dream.
First pill vibes, absolutely for all involved. And yeah, it was definitely somewhere to find your feet filming.
For sure.
Yeah, and yeah, there's a great label lovely guys called Sabotage, and they just ran a lot of nights there. And I just got in with someone who was looking for a videographer called Elijah, and that's actually how I met Rishi and how I got to Bristol and how everything kind of turned out right, because this guy was running a night in Bristol, and it just have you heard of Elijah?
No.
He had a release on season 7 with Lucy, called Al Hassan, his second name, and it did well for him. And then he came out with his own album, and he just dropped off the scene after that. To be honest, he's Ghanaian, so he actually went back to Ghana.
Oh wow, fair play.
Yeah, and I haven't heard from him since. Elijah, if you're listening, yeah,
big up.
Yeah, big up. But yeah, man, it was a long time coming, just of slogging out just gigs and his baseline gigs. Man, it was tough. Got like Lakota, especially like you got the Room 2 Lakota was a staple of the.
Oh my god, which one's the Room 2? I'm sorry, if you've never been to Lakota, this is going to be so like boring and frustrating, like explaining which room it is. But is that obviously it's not the main one, and you go upstairs? Yeah, is it upstairs?
Yeah, it's upstairs.
You take a right or you take a left?
I'm gonna say my gut says right. My gut says right.
Yeah?
It's quite, mate. It's actually been years.
Anyway, that's the. Thinking about Lakota makes you feel a bit.
You went there the other day. I
I
bumped into you on the street the other day, and you were going to a drum and bass night.
Oh, don't say that on the podcast.
I'm doing it, mate. I'm doing it.
Don't say that on the podcast.
Delvis thinks he's sick with his bootleg, but he's actually.
No, you've exposed me. All right, cut it, Tom. Cut it. No, that was. There's an excuse for that.
How was that? Yeah, it was your girlfriend's.
Yeah, it was my girlfriend's last like night out in Bristol before she went traveling and all this sort of thing. So we went to that. It was fine.
Was it right, yeah?
I mean, it's just
who was playing there? Who was your favourite act? Have you got an opener and a closer for me?
Jesus. I literally could not name a single. Who was it?
Gone.
Nah, it's gone. I'm not going to waste time.
Okay.
I'm not really that big on drum and bass, to be honest with you. And I think going to a drum and bass event at Lakota, and
that's another kettle of fish.
And it was like a Friday night, so it was like very studenty, and like I'd forgotten. You know what I'd forgotten? Because when I first moved to Bristol in like first year and like all this sort of thing, I was going to. I don't know if you remember Blue Mountain. Were you here?
I've never experienced Blue Mountain.
Oh my god, mate, you missed out big time.
Apparently, I did.
It was literally probably about twice the size of this Did it again. Probably about twice the size of this studio, like the upstairs room, and like, you know what? I can't say too much because I don't want to get any legal trouble. But it was just an absolute fucking just first year's wet dream.
Did he get called up on that?
But yeah, they're gone now for whatever reason, and the point I was trying to make was I've forgotten at drum and bass nights, especially at these places, these like bigger, maybe more studenty clubs, how many people they can ram into these fucking rooms.
Yeah, they don't care. Like, mate, they literally don't give a crap.
It's crazy.
They really just push it. I've heard so many phone calls from promoters just on behind the scenes with their people just like push it. Just
really?
Like, yeah, man, they stack it out. But it's only the people who don't really. They're there to make a quick buck, so they do. Mm-hmm. They do,
like
over cap.
I was like right
detriment of people like young belters here.
Trust me, man. I was like right in the middle, killed him. And like obviously like literally almost killed me, bro. I was like trying to dance, and they were just like big shirtless white boys like shouldering me left and right.
I hate those guys, man. Never was one, man.
Is that you? I swear I saw you shirtless in the code the other week.
Man, yeah.
Giving it with your shoulders.
When I'm not filming, you know.
Well,
exactly.
But this is the thing when it comes to filming, when you have these crowds, to an extent, I guess the busier it is, the better it is. But there's always a line, isn't there? I suppose with that. Do you find? I mean, when you film, you do film the crowd, obviously. Is it something that you try and make a focus of your?
Yeah,
sort of videos?
So yeah, that's entirely up to the person who's paying me to film. If it's whatever they want. If they want, some people as of late are wanting a bit away from the traditional, as you call it, D&B style filming, which is less crowd orientated, so it's behind the DJ or behind the crowd. So all that kind of stuff.
Oh, I see, yeah.
But yeah, well, the most engaging content is in terms of like crowd reaction, you know, like TikTok kind of style.
Is that what people like?
That's what gets. That's what. Yeah. People. Yeah. More so. You get.
That's all right, mate. It's all right. We almost had a visitor.
Oh, yeah, man. No. It's yeah. More time they want you to engage as much with the crowd as possible because they're the ones who are giving the big reactions to double dropping all these.
I thought you went on
Mackie G and all that. Oh man, was it you and Dan had that Mackie G competition?
Oh, that was on DJs and PJs. That's still actually waiting to come out, by the way, Tom.
Oh, sure.
Is it out? It's out. Oh my god.
Didn't even know. Okay.
When did it come out?
Either last night or now.
Last night or now? Okay, so right now, ladies and gentlemen,
I just got a notification.
DJs and PJs, the Bellas and Longies on Kafka Radio YouTube. Please don't watch it. I'm begging you.
Mackie G double drops. Exactly.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, it was seeing who could double drop it the best. I didn't double drop it, and Dan did, but he clanged it. So
classic, mate. Dub for you, though.
Oh yeah, it is up. Oh my god.
Right, classic.
So speaking of Mackie G,
what segment is that gone?
Nah, you filmed the IPC tour, innit?
Yeah. That was beautiful. Yes, I did, man. Yeah. That was compliments to the chef, No One.
Compliments to the chef.
AKA Rishi Bagdai, who is known in Bristol for doing bits with No One. His little events label. Little, I say little. It's fucking everywhere. It's everywhere, mate. It's absolutely everywhere. And he got in early with man like Interplanetary
Is
Criminal.
that how it worked? Because I wondered how he managed to wrangle that.
So he actually sorted that out before Bota was released.
Really?
So that he
Lucky bastard.
mate, he got in on that really well.
Fair play.
So yeah, that was just it was a fucking no brainer at that point.
Yeah,
mate.
definitely.
Smashed it, mate. It was great tour, mate. Really fun stuff.
Yeah.
Really fun stuff. The venues were somewhat better than others. Definitely.
Did you do the entire tour? You did?
No, I didn't do the tour. No, not the whole thing.
Which ones did you do?
I did. So it was Swansea and Cardiff first, then Exeter the next day, and then Bristol the day after that.
You Swansea and Cardiff in the same night?
Yeah.
How did?
How?
I
don't think they're that far away.
I suppose not. Yeah. What? So you were filming there for like a couple hours?
Yeah. So he played. It was strategic with the.
Oh, because he opened in one of them, didn't he?
He played
or like second or something.
It was it worked. The timing worked. The timing worked for sure. And so Cardiff, Exeter, Swansea, Bristol, and then we did Village Underground London, which was insane.
I bet that was
that was a special one because that's just a venue that I've been for anything but dance music, to be honest. Like loads of rap gigs,
really,
all this kind of like Alpha Mist, jazz, like Kamal Williams, all these guys. I've been there. So
do you like that sort of music?
Yeah, I love that, man. I love that all. So yeah, it was interesting to see it packed out for that kind of music. There's IPC coming out with these like just proper rave tunes.
Yeah, just like
proper.
Mate.
My mate came through. He doesn't really rate those kind of tunes.
Yeah.
And he bought a ticket before it sold out. Like very well done. He loves his garage. Doesn't rate the speed garage though. Doesn't rate the bass line.
It's not the time for your mate. I don't think.
It's not the time for my mate. No. So literally, exactly. He's not having a good time right now. So he left pretty sharpish. No. He was.
That's unfortunate.
Mate, I know it's a proper shame because you wouldn't have liked the rest of the night. But
the speed garage thing is crazy because it's completely taken over.
It's absolutely smashed
it's
it, mate.
Everywhere.
I'm not the biggest fan of a whole set of it. I'll back
a few tunes. Yeah, a whole set is a different story.
Oh, mate. You love it, mate.
Nah, disagree. Nah, I'll sprinkle it in. I don't think I'm an entirely speed garage DJ. I think I'm more. I mean, don't get me wrong. I fucking love a bit of bass line.
Yeah.
Like the shittier and squeakier, the better. To be honest with you. And like, obviously, I'm rinsing the donk at the minute and all that sort of thing.
Of course, donks as well. That's come through as well, isn't it?
Mate, it's back, baby. It's back.
It's back. It never fucking left. Not in Kafka.
Long East Donk 2 tracker now available on our Bandcamp. It's not actually out yet, but by the time this is out, it will be. So
you have no idea when your stuff's coming out, mate. You have no idea.
But yeah, I mean, the speed garage thing. For you, obviously, maybe you don't play out as much as I don't know, maybe you don't want to play out or whatever.
Oh, I haven't played out in time, mate.
When was your last
Honestly,
gig, actually? That's a good
My last
question.
gig was when you were there. You, Joe, and Dan decided to roll through.
Oh, at Cozy's?
At Cozy's.
Yeah,
supporting.
Was that Scared Money?
Yeah,
that was
supporting Zero
Instinct's
FG.
label. Yeah, which is quite a big booking, man.
That was good, man. It was good because I'd filmed for Jay obviously before, and then he didn't know I produced. And
you sent him Nicky Garage, and he was
I did
all
not
over
send him
it.
that. No way. No way. I sent him that.
What did you send him?
I didn't send him anything, mate. He found it. I promoted something on my story, and he found it through that. But yeah, a little vinyl set there. That was
Yeah,
nice.
it was a vinyl set as well.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. My dad has two Technics at home, and I got the XTJs at home, so it was like.
Oh, you're chilling, mate.
It was chilling. Like,
You're an industry plant, mate. You're a
Plans.
fucking industry plant. My dad's
Technics plant.
My dad's got two 1210s. I was pushed into the industry.
Oh,
bro.
mate, it wasn't my choice, mate. Kicking and screaming. No, it was fun though. I hadn't played on Technics in a long time before that, and there was a few clangs.
Could you come round to mine to practice?
I came round to yours to practice, and it was not one to remember because I did it before as well with a mate where they offered for me to come round and practice on their vinyls, on their turntables, and it just didn't work out because you guys wanted to play just your vinyls of any genre, and I wanted to play my actual set. So when we like combined,
What was I playing?
you were just playing whatever, man. Which
What
is
was
fair
I playing?
enough.
What do you mean whatever?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but it was hard for me to like to
I can't remember.
to
I
get
must
into the
have been
vinyl. It wasn't garage. It wasn't garage.
I must have been playing something
no way.
like dancey.
Yeah, no, it was
Oh, there you
ravey,
go.
man.
That's
It was
on-
breaksy ravey kind of stuff, man. It was
That's on
good.
you then, bro.
It was good.
If you can't blame two-step and breaks.
No,
it's
it weren't.
on
No.
me.
Again, I'll take the hit for sure, man, for sure.
So what else have you put out under LTP? Because I know you got a couple, but I can't actually name them off the top of my head.
I started with a free download, and I got the Nicky Garage.
What was the free first?
Oh,
free
that was just the
download?
tune called Next to You. That was just.
Have I heard that?
I think so. Yeah. You sent it to me like a year ago or something, saying, "How have I never heard this?"
Yes. Yeah.
That was timing. That was I used to make like I used to be into proper like Tom Misch and all that. So
Okay.
I'd be making like beat making, like trying to make hip hop and stuff, and then just let's not listen back to those. But
Are they out there still?
Nah, yeah, probably.
They're definitely
They're
still
somewhere there.
out
No, different
there.
name though. You'll never find them. So
I know what
yeah.
I'm doing this evening.
Oh mate, that's what that's what your plans are, yeah. Exactly. And yeah, mate, just had some tunes since then. I had In the Deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
that
was on that.
That was
release
a
as
jungle
well.
tune, wasn't it?
That was a jungle tune. Welcome Back Home.
Yeah, beautiful little jungle
Thank
tune.
you, mate. Yeah, I was well happy with the roads on that one. So yeah, it was good, man. I've just had a couple on.
Don't forget Rude FM.
Rude mate. That's actually a good one because that's actually one of my favourite ever tracks I've made.
Really?
It is because it's just the most like. There's stuff wrong with the other ones that I've made that I just listen back. I'm just like, no, it's not. I'm not happy with
Really?
that. Like the break's not right or the this is not right, but it's just solid. There's not much going on, which is probably why. But I just.
Do you remember when we first posted it? I mean, this is gonna make me sound really shitty. I accidentally posted the wrong version onto SoundCloud, and it was
wrong name, wrong version. It was like 1 minute 20 or something. That was.
It was literally the same day I had this. So this was the 30 Warheads compilation.
Yeah.
We were talking about it in the Jasper episode.
Good times, man.
Mate,
Good times.
innit? It fucking seems like ages
That was
ago.
times, man.
Almost 2 years now.
Shit.
But and it was the same day I was moving house and I had COVID and like a bunch of other shit that I'm not going to talk about. What's
Always got
happening.
excuses up for these.
And like I posted it, and like I'm not gonna lie, I did not need a message from LTP being, "Oh man, you put the wrong tune." I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah,
man.
I got a message from you before actually saying that you don't mind if I send it in on the day. So
Is that what I said?
yeah, you were like, mate, I don't care. Yeah. So
Oh.
who's lax now?
Maybe
now?
I was being too lax. I mean, I'm quite lax now still, but
You are like, no, you'll work hard, mate. You're fucking smashing it.
I don't think that means I'm not lax. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Like,
Yeah,
I think-
it's a difference between taking it, yeah, especially with your content. You can't take yourself too seriously.
Exactly, bro. I'm not exactly like being all
If you see
serious.
your promos, you're not gonna. Yeah, it's not the most.
Nah, actually, mate, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm actually a left field percussive dance.
The original
label.
head, mate. The
Yeah,
original
mate,
head.
the original head. So you were saying that obviously Rude FM is the only tune that you've made you don't look back on and think, oh, we should change this, we should change that?
Well, I don't like the kick on it that much, but that's
okay. Well, forget that. Everyone go download Rude FM on Belters right now.
Okay, no, definitely. Run that up.
Do you find that with your current work, with your videos and stuff as well, you look back at them and you think, oh, I fucking wish I didn't do that. I wish I'd changed that. Or...
Yeah. All this zooming in and out business is
Of course.
Yeah, mate. It's there's times when you get a bit lax. You're doing loads of gigs. I'm sure it happens with DJs as well, where you're just playing the same like drops over and over again, the same tunes over and over again. But in this, with me, it was just a bit. It was kind of getting a bit relaxed on the whole. Too much movement on the camera to the point where you couldn't actually see what was happening, and that was very detrimental to just getting. I don't know, just probably getting bookings. To be honest, obviously people don't say like, I don't rate this, I'm not going to book you. They just don't book you.
Of course.
So,
yeah.
but I didn't know.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, just a lack of DMs, mate. But yeah, there was a point where I wasn't really happy with what I was putting out, but I was still getting gigs, and it was just a bit like, am I getting gigs because of my work, or it was just a bit of a conundrum.
Because you're a big name.
I'm a huge name on the scene, mate. There was a point in summer where I almost, mate, summer was horrible, mate.
Really?
Mate, I got so ill. I got so ill. I was moving from Cambridge for work, because it was summer, just for the week, just for the months of really like late May to kind of early September. I was going back and forth from Cambridge to London to Bristol, 16-hour coaches a week.
Yes, because I bought your coach for you to come to Bristol to film the Belters event.
Oh mate, yeah, that was cheek to cheek, yes. Cheek to cheek, man. That was a good one. Yeah, mate. Yeah.
I did pay you for that, didn't I?
You did pay me for that, yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah, just yesterday that was.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, no problem, mate.
So what, you were really ill during that period?
Yeah, it just got up too much, mate. I've always been happy-go-lucky, it's whatever. Like, let's just smash it all out. I've got unlimited stamina. Yeah, and I really tested the limits on that summer because I wasn't getting much sleep. The coaches were extreme. The coaches were. Was it that? Yeah, it was just so long.
I mean, you can never set foot on a megabus again, bro.
Oh, I still use a megabus. I still use it because trains. I don't know if you've noticed the train fares these days.
Mate, they're ridiculous.
So I don't really have a choice in the matter. But luckily, I'm not doing as many journeys. So it does even out. Absolutely. But yeah, mate, it was just the festivals. I did Boomtown for like a whole week. I was there.
Really? What were you doing there? You were obviously filming, but like, what were you doing there for a whole week?
I just got offered to come down early as possible to film because I was working with the one of the head creative designers there, Dan Graham.
Come on, big up Dan Graham.
Big up Dan Graham.
I know he's listening. Who knew? He's definitely listening.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. I bumped into him last night actually at where was it? What's the falafel place on Stokes Croft?
Biblos, Falafel Time?
Falafel Time. Yeah, that's the one, mate. That was gorgeous, man. That was a good rap. And so just at Boomtown, mate, just that all the outlook was awful as well.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was bad. That's another topic. That's a topic in itself.
Hold that thought. I'm desperate for a wee.
No problem.
When we come back, Outlook.
Yeah, Outlook UK after the break.
Oh, wait, are we back on? We are live once again. I've been for a week. I feel like $1,000,000 now.
Took about fucking half an hour.
Whoa. No swearing on Chatting Breeze, mate. Jeez, we're a family show.
Bleep out.
Nah, I'm joking. Swear away. Speaking of swearing.
It's encouraged.
Outlook UK.
Nice segue.
So
again,
were you working that? Or?
Yeah, once again, Dan Graham was,
and that's you said it's who knew.
Who knew? Yeah, he
MCs
as Who Knew. Yeah. And he was on the mic for Deep Medi on the takeover on Saturday night, and that was not a good festival, to be honest.
Because I heard this because I wasn't fortunate, or maybe I was lucky.
I remember you weren't there because I was at the petrol station just getting like beers and stuff with my girlfriend, and just bumped into Joe, Dan, Lily, all these guys who had the exact same thought.
Really? It wasn't very good?
No, they're getting beers. But,
sorry.
This is pre-festival. We were all gassed, mate. We were so excited. Mate, we were so excited, and then the sound was just off, mate. The complaints left, right, and centre. Hundreds of them, like Tory farmers everywhere surrounding, to the point where every MC, you couldn't go through a set without an MC apologising, or it was two approaches for the MC. They would either chastise the crowd and say, no, we can't do this, like fuck you, or they would be like, I'm sorry, we can't do it, there's nothing we can do.
Oh my God.
Some guys, some MCs would get, I don't know if it was frustration, it's just the vibes were off completely, man. But
what's that? When you're an MC and it gets to the point where you either have to like have a go at the crowd or apologise to them,
right?
Like,
it's not good, mate. It wasn't good. Like Scream outed them after, like this as well.
Really?
They fucked up Sinai. There was a Sinai stage, and the Sinai sound system was like one of the worst. Like audibly, it was I can't even describe it.
You know it's bad when Sinai fucking sucks,
mate, when they fuck up Sinai, that's when you know it's bad. Scream out at them afterwards on Twitter saying that was because it was supposed to, I can't remember who had on mic, but it was a special moment kind of thing, and he outed them on Twitter properly. He was like, that was not good enough, so and so. And the best part is afterwards, recently actually, Outlook UK won the best new festival.
They did, yeah. That's actually such a good point. Yeah.
The best new festival, crazy.
I saw.
It's not even a new festival.
Festival, not a
festival. What number one? Shouldn't have been nominated.
And second of all, I heard a lot of upset through people that I'd spoken to about that, thinking that obviously not to disparage the good name of Outlook, because I know they're watching. So. Oh
no! Listen, I had a good time. Because
Mate,
it was mates in a field,
exactly,
with haystacks and sound systems. But so most of the time you could be next to your mate and you couldn't hear what there was. I mean, you could literally have a conversation next to a sound system. My mate who came on Kafka the other day, Freya Ahern, she was saying that they had little protests where like 4 or 5 of them would just go next to the big speaker and just like cross their arms, not dance, next to the speaker, just be like, and the MC, mate, like it's frustrating, man. It's really bad when you can, like, when you're watching Sully and you're next to the speaker with your head in the bass bin and you can have a conversation with your mate next to you. That's not what you pay for, is it?
Did you see? Were there still any moments at that festival that sort of pulled it back that you thought, it was actually still very sick, or was it a lot of?
No, it wasn't. No, there was no redeeming elements for the no. But like for the festival as like I
was trying to give you an out there, bro.
An outlook. Yeah. The aesthetically, it was just haystacks in a field.
Yeah. This is gonna make for some great clips on the TikTok.
No,
LTP
because
slams
no,
out.
it was no, but the thing is that it wasn't. It was they put so little effort into the aesthetic that it kind of just you just made your own way, because it was just a field with haystacks and mates.
Because it was meant to be a very sound system focused.
Exactly, of course it would, man. Yeah, it was. Yeah, the Sinai stage, man. No,
the one in is it Croatia? They did the other one.
Yeah, it's Croatia.
That's always looked really cool.
That's always been, but I've never heard a bad word about that, to be honest. But yeah.
What do you think it was that sort of fucked it up for them here?
Complaints.
Was it just a complaint?
Yeah, complaints. They had to. So on the Sunday they were scheduled to play till 4 a.m. and they had to finish at 12:30 a.m.
Jesus.
Because they had to cut every main act as well. Even like the people like Samwise and all these guys on the main stage. Nux, I can't remember if he was playing, but like just everyone on the main stage. They had to cut them down to like 25-minute sets, half-an-hour sets.
Oh my god,
mate! It's just shambles, mate. You had to make your own like fun of it because it was just so blatantly
that's what you do, isn't it?
Wrong. It was
like you make your own fun with that sort.
Exactly, and I had a good time in that regard because.
Oh, so you did enjoy yourself then?
Yeah, no. I've said on the festival front as a festival, it just wasn't good from them at all. They didn't do anything to enhance my enjoyment of it really, other than provide a fucking amazing lineup. Amazing lineup.
It was a very good lineup.
Yeah.
Well, best new festival, ladies.
Best new festival. I'll drink to that.
So alongside your many endeavours, your videography, production,
Keep it going.
have you got a part-time job you do?
No, I don't.
You don't work in a cafe or something?
No, I don't.
Anyway, you also run a record label.
I do.
Yes. I worried I'd like
Yeah. A charity record label called Collab. Collab question mark, which makes it a bit confusing to pronounce, but Collab?
Yeah.
I run Collab. I think I run it. Yeah, man. It's that was just a thing where I wanted to showcase producers from Cambridge.
Really?
Like years and years and years ago, and then there was too many of them. To the point where I had to pair them together, and then he's done it again. To the point where I had to pair them together, and it just and then it just never happened. And then like time later, I just thought let's bring this one up again, and then why not have there's no label. There wasn't a label at the time. It might be one now, but it's just like doing explicitly collaborative content on all fronts. And I thought about I didn't really care about making money from it, so it was just the charity side kind of just showed itself, and the whole thing we donate exclusively to Mind. So it's fun. Mental health. Yeah, Calm. Sorry, Calm.
Is it
Sorry,
Calm?
Calm.
Oh
It's
my
not Mine. It's Calm.
Oh my God.
Mate, no. This
organised,
is the thing. I haven't done a release on there in a long time. I'm ready to restart this. Actually, we've got the whole got the whole lineup. I want to premiere
Go on, mate,
on the bells.
Oh, no, don't say that now. I've got an obligation, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That's I know what I'm doing.
No, I'd love to, obviously.
Yeah. We've got some really cool guys producing on that. So that would be really cool.
You've had some wicked releases on there in the past. You had didn't you have Dan and Joe on a track together?
Had Dan and Joe on a track, Ladies Crew.
Yeah.
That was cool, man. That was the second release, my favourite release as well. It was just solid all round.
And one of my favourite tunes is South Blank and Someone Else.
Yeah, Isguan.
Yeah,
Isguan, mate. Oh, mate, Isaac Isguan is a beautiful man, mate. You saw him when he came here, didn't you?
Oh,
I saw him.
I see him when he came here? Oh my god,
mate, he's a beautiful man.
Did you meet up with him when he was
yeah. But he came to London to go. He was in London for Notting Hill Carnival.
Oh,
and my girlfriend at the time, very luckily had a flat in near Notting Hill on Holland Park. So it worked out nicely just to say, Isguan, what you saying? And brought him round, and had a lovely night with him out at Fire and Lightbox.
He's great.
He's great, man.
He's absolutely mental.
He's mental, yeah.
I don't know how much I really want to say, but like he's just an absolute madman.
He didn't. Again, I won't say much, but he didn't sleep that night. Or he might have had a few hours on the couch downstairs, but yeah,
he's a good
boy. But regardless, he's I
love when you meet like international producers that sort of come down.
As well, he's smashing it as well. Like his production is just
really good.
It's beautiful.
The Australia scene at the minute is fucking
all the extra spicy guys. They're all killing it. Ackle's
he's a bad boy.
Great, man.
Yeah.
A lot of girls as well. A lot of sick producers 100%. Come from there.
That's sick though. Like you're seeing a lot more of that now as well, which is obviously sick.
International Women's Day.
Yeah, I mean,
having LTP visuals on for International Women's Day. I
was gonna say, this is not gonna go up on International Women's Day, obviously.
Just know.
But yeah.
Conscious decision.
Yes, it was
to disregard.
Definitely a conscious decision. Yeah. Got my favorite woman on for International Women's Day.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So with the label. Going forward, what plans do you have for it? Are you just going to keep doing releases, or do you have plans to sort of do other things? It's just you on your own that runs it.
So yeah, it was just me on my own. And then since my mate Karis has very nicely offered to help out with some writing, some just getting more content out of it, because it's a shame that it was just not looked after very well, because I just didn't have time, mate. The most of the work I was doing was in that summer as well, and I was just, my brain was my brain was everywhere.
Summer sounds like hell.
Yeah, it was, mate. Yeah, it's probably you didn't see me that much every time. Yeah,
no,
you saw me at the festivals, wasn't it? Love Save Today and all them.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing you at Love Save.
Put a pin in that one, but
why?
But yeah, no. It's just
I didn't have a problem with you at Love Save. I thought you were alright. Were you not on it then?
Nah, it was alright. It was good. It was decent.
Okay.
It rained a lot.
Before we tear down another UK festival.
Yeah. No, the clouds tore that one down. They did everything right.
Oh yeah, it was so fucking rainy, wasn't it, on the second day? I didn't go on that day, but
yeah. My mate Karis is now helping out with content. We're gonna get like just showcasing mental health stuff, all that kind of content, and just getting more of an identity with it, and just smartened it up a lot. And also just getting on. There's no reason why I can't be just contacting all these guys who are making music, all these great producers and DJs, and getting content from them when I could be. So
who's your dream collab? Who's your dream?
Oh God.
Name on a collab release.
Oh mate.
Sorry, on a collab release.
On a collab release, yeah. It was a question, so that's all right. But you hit me with that one.
Sorry, I didn't know it was a hard one.
No, it's a you got to balance the two of achievable. And is it just dream like anyone?
Well, I suppose it is, but it's also like it depends where you want to take it. Like, it's something that you actually want to sort of pursue, I suppose, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, you can always say, "Oh yeah, I'd love to get like
Alex Perez and Sully on a tune."
Well, exactly, but like
they'd make a roller and a half.
Okay, so let's say like let's call it achievable. Yeah.
Achievable,
but it doesn't have to be like achievable. Like I could do it tomorrow, but like achievable in terms of it's not Alex Perez and Sully.
Yeah, I got you.
Who are you listening to at the minute?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
What are you listening to?
My mind's gone completely blank.
On a different note, what are you listening to at the minute, really? What's like making? It doesn't have to be like dancey stuff. Like, what are you listening to?
Mate, all sorts again, mate. It's all sorts. The classic one. Quite lo-fi stuff recently. I've mellowed out in the winter months.
You're a wise old man.
The cold weather has hit my brain a bit. I'm going into hibernation a little bit. But
you think that changes with the seasons, your music taste?
No, not really. But just happens to have done this now. Yeah. Normally it does it. It does a little bit when you start getting into summer. You start getting a bit more excited and happy with the more gas tunes, and you get a little. I don't know. It just gets a bit darker and a bit more light-hearted as well in winter, where no one's going out as much really.
I feel you,
and the tunes reflect that.
That's something that I've noticed. Yeah. That's the thing. Do you reckon that's what it is? Because I've noticed recently, and it's like a big known thing, that tickets just aren't selling how they used to in terms of events. That's just post-COVID, mate. Like it was. There was never one show that I did after COVID for a year where the promoter wasn't worried. Like cacking it until the day
Cacking
before.
it, mate. Literally, it was very rare. Unless it's obviously IPC all night, which is instant sellout.
Come on, yeah.
Regardless of where it is or who's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate. It was really. Yeah, it was tough times.
What about post-COVID sort of makes that happen though? Like, what's people's mentality like?
Well, the large majority of people who come out are students. Are people who, well, at least are the sort of events that I'm filming or that we promote. But yeah, mate, there's a lot of students there, and then these guys are just stuck inside and realizing they don't have to go out. Like going out was also, it's so ingrained in the student life and culture that when you take that away, you realize you don't like. It's just some people just didn't want to do it anymore, and some people like I think that's what it is. They just really. They just, or at least they didn't want to go to those nights. They just started going to like bars and stuff. Because a lot of people don't. Yeah, a lot of people don't rate the tunes. They just go for the night out. And they end up obviously they dance, they have a great time, but they're not like this guy's playing, I'm going to go there tonight. They just go on a night out, and that changed I think after COVID because people they just realised it wasn't what they had to do every Friday night.
I remember when I was in like first year and second year and all the rest. When I was just at uni mainly. I would go.
Where'd you go?
Where did I go?
Yeah, to uni.
That's actually confidential information.
Oh, is it?
Nah, I'm a UE boy. I went to UE.
Cool.
I've been in Bristol for. Oh, did it again. For
3 strikes and you're out, mate. Go on, take them off.
Safe man. Deal with the rest of the episode.
Yeah, I will, mate. So next we got No, no. I was hoping for someone to walk through the door there.
Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, when I was at uni, I remember going out and like, I would mainly just be going out because it was like where my friends were going, and I wasn't really paying attention to the lineups and like,
Sure.
all that sort of thing. But then obviously when I become more into it, you do go to places for the lineups, but you sort of forget sometimes that a lot of people who are there aren't there because of who's playing.
Yeah.
You know? And sometimes when you're playing out, and I know you have a lot of experience of playing out, so
Yeah, bags of it, mate. Bags.
Sometimes you see these people and they're like, oh, they're all here like for me, like, ooh, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a hard one. The DJing thing and the sort of ego thing is something that's often like sort of a battle for a lot of people that are playing out a lot.
Yeah.
Is that something that it's strange because you're filming crowds, you're filming DJs.
Yeah.
Do you think that sorry. Oh, maybe I don't need that cigarette. When you film DJs especially, do you think that some of their sort of personality shines through in that, or do you think
100%, mate? 100%. Some people love the camera. Some people, especially the older heads, they do not like the camera.
Really?
Obviously, it's only a recent revelation that you're going to have cameras filming every single set.
That's a good point.
So these old guys, not even that old. Like, if you're like older than like 35, 40, 40. Just literally just not being 18, not being an 18-year-old garage/breaks producer from Leeds is what classes you as old.
Leeds,
James from Leeds, that's the one. That's what I'm going for. Yeah, these guys, they're not used to it at all. So they're not playing out for the camera. They're not like they don't really book videographers. It's the promoters and the events. And some people love the camera as well, especially DMB.
Really?
DMB turn around and specifically engage with the camera.
Really?
Yeah, they love it.
What sort of things do they do to engage with the camera?
Oh, mate, just gun fingers here, there, and everywhere. Really.
Gun fingers while the intense steam cannons.
Yeah. Where's that? Yeah, well, that's fuck it. Yeah.
I've never understood those steam cannons. What's your take on the steam?
Like that, man. Like.
No, it's more just some of the ones I've seen. It's more just like like.
The best ones they're the best with it, where they got their own button as well, so they can control it.
That's
Horrible choice, mate. Horrible decision, mate.
That's a dangerous game.
Yeah. The smoke machines, especially with filming.
Oh,
they need to turn off, mate. They need to turn off.
That's the thing, because I was chatting to Tia.
Just about to bring Tia Payne into this. Tia Payne loves turning off a smoke machine. She has turned. Oh, mate. She's turned off more smoke machines than I've had hot dinners, mate. Honestly, she's elite. She knows exactly where it is. That's her sixth sense. Is just going into a building, knowing where this smoke machine is. And then the other day, I was filming with her, and she was on photos, obviously, and we turn the smoke machine off every now and then, and the guy would turn it back on again because they're just going over to it like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And normally we'd ask, but there's normally a lack of you don't even know where this guy is, the lighting guy, where he is. So, and then I got a text on a WhatsApp group that I wasn't aware he was in, saying, "Is one of you turning the smoke machine off?" No replies from either of us, obviously, and then it stopped happening. So it was pretty clearly us, or more specifically, Tia Payne.
No, shout out to her. She's sick.
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah,
but the smoke machine does have an impact, and I suppose that's the thing as well. Certain events are better than others. Maybe if it's like in terms of for filming, I mean.
Yeah, sure.
Like maybe if it is the effects that they're using, or maybe if it is like I guess the club itself.
It's mainly to make it seem full at the start of the show. So they normally turn it down when it's and you can't ask them to turn it down as well. They're just doing their job, and they don't really care.
Of course, nothing
so
against
it's like
guys,
no, love them.
Oi,
but
fuck all right,
all right.
Get me.
See what? Yeah.
You see what?
Yeah. Just it's normally to fill out, make it seem fuller because you can't see how empty the crowd is. Mm-hmm. So it's to like kind of like come in, guys, come to the crowd. It's full here.
I see.
But it's not a single person there.
Do you find there are certain clubs that play that sort of vibe more than others, like in Bristol? or
the light?
Or I mean, just in terms
smoke?
of like clubs that are like maybe somewhat easier to film or more difficult to film, like.
So yeah, the thing is that it's easy to make footage from a big club look good when you've been doing it because the lighting is so much more professional and on a bigger scale that when you film, like, it doesn't matter how good a videographer you are, you put the best videographer in the world in Crofters with the smoke machines on full, and you see how he handles it. It will not go well, I can guarantee that. But if you put like someone just starting out in motion and you have the lights on full, everyone's having a good time, it's a normal night, say Hospital Records night or something like that, and everything's
Shout
out Hospital every time.
If you guys don't know Hospital Records, they're real like up and coming drum and bass.
Yeah. Oh, I love Belters. Always shout out to
always putting on the little guys.
The little guys. Exactly. But yeah, man, it's easy to make. I just realized the other day, like, the best work is just from the biggest. Mostly from the biggest. There are exceptions, but mostly the biggest venues have the best lighting, and therefore you get the best visuals from that.
Do you reckon that's why something like when you were doing Village Underground, because obviously it's not a massive room, but it's like a reasonably sized room.
The ceiling is high.
Yeah,
the ceiling's really high. So they had a lot of smoke there as well, and the lighting was not great there, to be honest.
Really?
It was just because there was a light that would shine like a beam straight down onto IPC's back, and he was wearing a white T-shirt as well, and
like
I had to keep adjusting the exposure like manually, continuously throughout. So
man's on a
it
mission.
it was a bit stressful, but you got the job done. It was a good gig, and yeah, man.
What was one of the best gigs for you on that tour? Was it that one at Village Underground?
To be honest, the last one was really good, just because everyone was just. The last one was Forge in Sheffield.
Oh, the final one of the tour. Yeah.
Because, well, firstly, Fraser Ray was there, which is always a plus.
Are you a big Fraser man?
Lovely bloke. That's such a great guy.
Yeah, I've met him like once or twice. He was in my living room once for a prees.
Brilliant.
And like we were chatting for a little bit, and he's such a fucking nice guy.
No, he's just sound, man. He's just properly just
yeah.
He's lovely.
So
that was a big plus.
Look at you, little fanboy.
Mate, I'm shameless, mate.
When he hears this, man, he's gonna lose it. He's never gonna speak to you again, mate.
Oh, mate, I'd lose it, mate. I'd lose the plot. I wouldn't know what to do. I would forget my own name, mate. He anyway.
Sheffield was an
Forge was good.
Sorry,
Forge was really good, man. It was It's there was a lot of. Yeah, it was just the whole vibe there was just this thing is coming to an end now, and it's a really nice end. It was a really nice organic end. It was a good venue as well. Like if we finished in Exeter or something like that, it wouldn't have had the like gravitas of the like.
Do you reckon that Sheffield was chosen for the closer because of its connection to like baseline and that sort of thing?
That's a good shout, actually. I don't know. I didn't have a conversation with Rishi about that. I know Big Ange was playing there.
Yes,
so that was a special one.
I was going to say, did it feel like that was really resonating? Like, was there a lot of that sort of stuff being? I mean, of course, there was a lot of.
It was a pretty
whole tour, but
the crowd was pretty
it.
based. Yeah, they were having it. It wasn't as full as we were. I don't think it sold out completely, but yeah, everyone was. It was just good. It was just good vibes, mate. Completely. Big Ange was playing. It was funny.
How was that?
Good.
I've never seen her.
Yeah, she was sound, man. She was proper nice. She played a good set, and I didn't know who she was. I'm not gonna lie. Before I was editing, but like a few months prior to that, I was editing the promo video for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Shout out Jasper Golding.
Oh yeah, we spoke about this on his one.
Yeah, I bet you did, mate.
Shout out Jasper
absolutely.
Golding.
And there's a
That's
clip
the
there.
Golding, sorry.
Sorry, mate. Sorry. It's actually LTP _visuals as well.
Yeah. Oh, you can get your plugs at the end. Right?
and yeah, there's a little clip where it says Big Ange forever.
Yes.
And I asked Rishi who Big Ange was, and I was told, and I experienced the Big Ange set in Sheffield, and I wasn't disappointed at all.
I always thought until maybe like 6 months ago that it was Big Ang.
Big Ang, yeah, that might have been what I said as well at the start, but you know, that's why we get corrected, isn't it?
Hilarious.
Exactly.
Bassline's big now, though, man.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of bassline, mate. Always,
Yeah.
Which actually surprised you a bit. You
Well,
weren't,
yeah, I thought you were sort of like a cool, like chill breaksy sort of guy.
Nah, mate. Bolter. Like, every so often, like, because none of my mates like bassline really, so I don't.
Fools.
I know, fools, mate. So I don't tend to experience it on a weekly, monthly basis even. So come summer, there's always a set. There's always a set around, and mate. 140 BPM, huge sound system. The bass, you just can't. I'm just smiling the whole time, mate. It's just exactly go back to that word, pure. It's just pure, mate. It's pure. People don't like bassline because they associate it with Skepsis and Crewcast and all these guys, which is not my cup of tea, but it's definitely the mainstream. It's like saying you don't like D&B because you don't like Mackie G.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's just which fair enough, man. It is what it is, but. Yeah, there's a whole world of bassline out there.
Well, when's your next bassline set then, mate?
My next bassline set. Fuck. I need to make a bassline tune. I've just hopped back on the production, mate.
You need to. I
used to make bassline when I that was what I first started out. So I did the
Really?
Tom Misch shit, and I went straight into.
I've not heard one of your bassline tunes.
That's because they're private as fuck, mate.
I need to hear one.
Nah,
bro.
mate, no. That's my closing tune, mate.
Oh yeah, is it?
No,
Oh,
it's
don't get me
not.
excited.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Please make it your
That
closing
we'll go off the record for the bassline, unfortunately.
Speaking of, what's the time saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, 29.
29? Oh, so plus 26. Oh, so 55.
It's been 3 minutes.
Yeah, I was like 3 minutes since we came back. My God.
No, it flies, mate.
55. Okay, we're chilling. Oh, so why aren't you releasing your bassline then?
Because I don't make it anymore.
Ah.
No, I made like 4 tunes and then just stopped producing for ages. And then COVID came around and I had the time and mental headspace to actually think about what music I liked. Garage being one of it. So yeah,
Garage.
did that garage. So I started producing garage.
James from Leeds.
James from Leeds started producing a bit of garage. And yeah, mate, I love just breaks, all that kind of
Wait,
stuff.
sorry.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Continue.
Yeah, mate, yeah. I can't actually I can't after that one. That was yeah, mate, it was yeah.
You're hopping back in the booth now.
I'm hopping
for
back in the
production.
booth, mate. Yeah.
What is it saying? How have you been finding jumping back in?
It's good, mate. So I take things very lax in all regards, maybe a bit too lax. I make all the mistakes you can possibly make, and this goes for filming as well, because I just buy the equipment, minimal amount of I'm not like super into these things where I'm to the point I'm researching like all this stuff and the background of it. My point of interest is so spread out that it's hard for me to find something that I'm really like history, every single little detail of this, and production. There's so much stuff around it.
But that's kind of fine to have a sort of broad influence, isn't it? Like,
Oh no, it absolutely is, because I've made all the mistakes. Therefore, I've learned. It's the only reason that I back myself as a producer at all is because I've been fucking around for about 5 years on Ableton without knowing what I'm doing, to the point where I've made my own way on it and my own like just how I know how to do things on it. It's
just such a steep learning curve with that sort of thing.
Mate, it's so tricky, mate. It's so tricky.
I've tried it like once or twice, but it's just taking
Yeah, what are you producing, more to the point? I want to hear the Belters tune. Because I remember before 30 Warheads, you said I can't remember what you said, but it was like it's not for me or something.
Everyone says to me, when are you going to start producing? When are this, when are that? I was chatting to Tom the other day, and he thought that I was producing, that I'd released a bunch of stuff, but he had no idea that I didn't produce.
Yeah.
I've tried it once, like Joe Koshin gave me a little lesson.
Well, I bet he's a good teacher, isn't he?
Yeah, obviously he's a bad boy producer.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely,
he's
mate.
so like into like the details,
Yeah,
like how
exactly.
to make it sound really good,
Exactly.
and that sort of thing. And like, I mean, it's great, but realistically, like, I've barely got the time to fucking feed myself and do shit.
No, absolutely,
Like, at a
mate.
minute,
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
honest
yeah.
with you. Like, I just don't have the time for that at all. Maybe someday in the future, when the label goes to shit and no one's listening to the podcast,
No one's listening.
then maybe I'll start making tunes to try and bring some people in. But
No, absolutely, mate.
for now, I'm just sticking to releasing bullshit edits and chatting shit with my mates on YouTube.
Hey, you're doing
and
great.
Spotify.
You're doing
Oh,
absolutely great, mate. Smashing it in all regards.
beautiful. Well, I reckon that's a good note to fucking
There
close
we
it on.
go.
Gassing me up like
There
that.
we go, mate. Absolutely, I'll back it. 100%.
First of all, plug your shit and then introduce your closing tune.
LTP Visuals.
LTP
LTP underscore Visuals is the Instagram.
If you want a banging after movie for your night, promoters, get out this guy, especially if you're in Bristol. Literally, he's done the IPC tour. He's got fucking shit under his belt, mate. He's skin in the game.
Oh, mate, please.
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 I'm
I
begging
don't want to
you.
beg on the Belters podcast, but I'm going to do it.
Mate,
Please.
you're not the first, you won't be the last. So.
Oh, exactly. Mate.
Right,
That's gonna like
what
that.
are you closing us with?
It's Lily Allen, Knock 'Em Out.
Jeez, original mix, yeah?
Come on.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
We're on? We're still on. Cheers, me.
Yes, sir.
Cheers, me. There we go.
Bang, mate. I love that.
Save in a bit.
Alright, so this is a song about anyone. It could be anyone. You're just doing your own thing and someone comes out of the blue. They're like, alright, what are you saying? Yeah, can I take your digits? And you're like, no, not in a million years. You're nasty. Please leave me alone. Cut to the pub on a last night out. Man at the bar cause it was his shout. Clocks his bird and she looked okay. She caught him looking and walked his way. Alright, darling, you gonna buy us a drink then?
No, but I was thinking about buying one for your friend.
She's got no taste, hand on his waist. Tries to pull away, but her lips on his face. If you insist, I'll have a white wine spritzer.
Sorry, love, but you ain't a pretty picture.
Can't knock 'em out, you can't walk away. Try desperately to think of the politest
sorry,
way to
yeah,
say.
but no.
Just get out my face, just leave me alone. And no, you can't have my number.
Why?
'Cause I lost my phone.
Oh yeah, actually yeah, I'm pregnant. I'm having a baby in like 6 months, and yeah.
I recognise this guy's way of thinking. As he walks over, her face starts sinking. She's like, oh, here we go. It's a routine check that she already knows. She's thinking, they're all the same.
Yeah, you alright, baby? You look alright still. Yeah, what's your name?
She looks in her bag, takes out a fag, tries to get away from the guy on the black. Can't find a light.
Yeah, use mine.
See, the thing is, I just don't have the time. Can't knock 'em out.
knock 'em out.
Can't walk away.
You can't walk
Try
away.
desperately to think of the politest way to
I'm really
say.
sorry, but
Just get
this
out
time.
my face, just leave me alone. And no, you can't have my number, 'cause I lost my phone. Go away now, let me go. Are you stupid or just a little slow? Go away now, I've made myself clear.
I don't think so. No, it's not gonna happen. Not in a million years.
You can't